Okay, welcome back to another episode of Skyrim Marathon. Today's mod list is Nordic Souls. I'll leave some information about it on the screen as usual. But if you haven't watched this series before, what we're going to do is we're going to take this mod list on a 2 hour run through Skyrim, hitting all the major cities while testing the stability, how it holds up, see if it crashes, but mainly see if we have fun. Within 2 hours, we're going to stop at the 2 hour mark and see what we think of it. We're going to give it a score, and you can go ahead and score it on your end at home as well. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, right off the bat, it looks like it's a pretty good character creator. Um, the background's not the usual background, so I think we're gonna be starting in this area. It looks like alien ruins from Oblivion, actually. So as usual, I do a brief interview with the Modlist authors before I do their review. What I might not be able to reach out to them sometimes, but when I can, I usually reach out to them for some comments about their mod list, give them a chance to describe it in their own words. Um, so I'll go over a little bit about that a little later. But mainly, I'll put it in the description. That way, I don't butcher what their exact words are and how they want to convey their mod list to you guys. Anyways, character creator. So I think we're gonna go ahead and start as a spell sword as usual. But I do want to kind of mess with two-handed weapons again. That was fun last time, especially in first person on the Odyssey mod list. I think I want to build. Let's see. Are there any presets here? Okay, no presets. Let's go ahead and do like a high elf spell sword this time. Yeah, let's see. Okay, that guy looks pretty cool. Let's work with that. Let's do like a medium tone there. And because he's a spell sword, you got a little bit of muscle on him, but not too much. Let's take a look at okay, the war paints. Give him a little bit of character here. Nothing really stands out for that. The eyes look very realistic. You know, like the whites of his eye are a little bit hazy. Makes him look like he's kind of been subject to sun damage, being outdoors too long. Nice attention to detail on whoever makes these eye mods. Okay. Let's see what other colors there are. Oh wow, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, even that. What is it? Let me see. This eye here, like you can see like there's corneal damage on it. Very realistic. What eye color is that? 55. Okay, we'll come back to that. 55. No, it really comes down if you're gonna role play, like most of us I think we do, like red eyes. Um, then I really like how these eyes are just not perfect, you know? They look like they look real. Um, nice choices. I would say the Modlist author made some very nice choices on what he could have went with any kind of eye colors, but he went with these very realistic styles. Hats off to him. Again, there's going to be links in the description if you want to see who the Modlist author is. If you want to support him, if you want to download the list yourself, there's a link there as well. Um, yeah. Okay, let's go with that. That looks pretty cool. Let's see what kind of hair there is. Hmm. I wonder if these have SMP to it. Sometimes it says on the name in the corner, SMP inside there. Otherwise, like it's hard to tell unless you go through the mod list to see if it's an SMP hair. Usually, though, the name will show in the corner of the in the bottom right corner of the character creator. It'll say like the hair name and then SMP. All right, let's go with that. And then we don't want to spend too much time here. Let's go with hair color. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, what should we name them? Let's do one that I usually use in my Wundunique playthrough. Was it my Wundunique playthrough? Yeah, it was my Wundunique and my Loring playthrough. Ilandario Mistvein. I just came up with that. I don't know. That's from a show, a movie, or anything like that. All right, so we're in this. Is this the Oblivion prison? No, it's not. They didn't have a statue in here. Let me turn the volume up real quick. Okay. So while we're waiting for all this to load, let's take a look at the MCM. I can already see quick loot is is in this mod list, but this mod list hasn't been updated for like 6 or 7 months now. I did check with the mod list author, and he's planning to push another update, but life gets busy. He doesn't know when that's gonna be, but it is in the works. But I believe 6 or 7 months ago, like around the time Elderly and V3 was out, and I played again hundreds of hours on that. For some reason, the cohesiveness with that and quick loot was fine, and it didn't cause any issues with the compass. I've never experienced compass issues until mod lists that started being updated around November, October, November timeframe and onward. Um, so I'm pretty sure we're not going to get any issues from quick loot with that. So hopefully he keeps that in mind when he pushes an update out, to kind of keep that in the forefront of his mind, about quick loot and how the cohesiveness is with newer mods nowadays, and something's not working together with it very well. Um, but let's go ahead and look at the MCM and see what we're working with here. Let's make sure the audio is down too. Okay. So if there is controller support, I'll play a little bit with controller and then a little bit with mouse and keyboard to kind of experience what it's like for both. And as usual, we'll start the 2 hour timer as we hit the ground running. Okay. So better third person. Okay, there's a camping expansion here. So if you want to kind of role play and camp outdoors, do survival mode, this membrane framework. Hotkey reminder is good. You can learn all the keys with just a click of a button. You can learn what the keys are. I think that's honestly essential in every mod list that comes out. They should have that. Photo mode, perfect. Precision, okay. Quick loot, Sanguine Symphony for the blood effects, Sky UI, Smooth Cam, SMP win, which makes me think that there's SMP assets in here. Swiftly order squad, pretty good. I like that. You know, if your teammates are running around everywhere and you want to get them back to where you are, that's honestly the best mod I can think of that does that. And then there's also a mod on Nexus that is an add-on to that where you can manage summons the same way, which is cool for summoner builds. TK dodge. Okay, true directional movement. Okay. And then toggle compass. So if you want the compass to come off, then you can do that, you know, for more immersion. But we just gotta make sure we don't press that by mistake and think quick loot's acting up. Anyways, it sounds like I'm dogging quick loot all the time. So I'm gonna stop talking about that. Let's take a look at our guy. So far, the lighting effects look really good. Um, Smooth cam wise, let's see what kind of settings there are in smooth cam. what kind of presets come in here. Okay, synergy. Okay, Senua. Senua is like, again, there's a Hellblade one. It's interesting. You kind of look different moving through the world under that preset. It just kind of messes with your perception, your depth perception a little. Um, but we're gonna leave it default because again, we want to try and keep this as close to default experience as possible, so that it's kind of universal for whoever's playing the mod list to kind of see what it's like. Yeah, I saved again. I know. Anything to loot in here? Okay, definitely want to take torches. Um, okay, so I did take a little bit of notes. Digging into this mod list, so I'll mention it now before I get distracted running around and I can't really stop. The clock's ticking. Um, so for the most part, I see it's vanilla style horses. But there's a horse management system called a horse's life, which kind of adds um another layer of immersion there, where your horse needs to be fed if you turn that setting on, or you need to keep them happy. But also it makes it easy to summon your horse. As you know, vanilla Skyrim, you have to fast travel for your horse to show up. You can't just press H and it shows up. Um, Older quick loot, so pretty stable is what I'm assuming. Camping expansion we went over. Um, there's an option to kind of mark your save button as red if it's kind of a bad time to save, and you shouldn't because it might corrupt your file eventually. There's safeguards like that in place. Animations wise, so comprehensive first person animation overhaul, which is cool. There's no Sigma first person animation, so we're gonna see if that theory holds up. If the contact of the swing of the weapon really hits the enemy, with different animation sets that are not the the most recent popular Sigma sets. So, I mean, before Sigma came out, which was only a few months ago, CFPAO, comprehensive first person animation overhaul, was kind of the king of if you're gonna redo the animations for first person. I think that, and there was modern first person animation overhaul as well. Um, but yeah, both of those were kind of the king in the market. For third person, so we got Leviathan and Vanergend animations for third person animations, which is pretty standard. I think most mod lists run off of that as well. Again, For Honor, it was another one that popped up recently that became popular, and people started kind of veering towards that for third person attack animations. But they all still have some sort of Leviathan and Vanergan in most mod lists I've seen, even if it's just running animations or torch animations or what have you. Weather system, Obsidian, which leads me to the EMB that goes with it. It's Rudy EMB. Um, and then the UI we're looking at is called Untarnished UI with like a special font to it, font overhaul. I believe it's Sovngarde, but I might be wrong. Don't hold me to that. But anyways, looks like there's an extended menu here too. So you kind of have a one-stop shop. You can go through all your quests, bestiary, um, your horses. That's pretty cool. Um, yeah, there's a stat window here. So for role playing a little bit, or just to see where your guy stands, for their stats, you can see it all here, which is cool. It's a good way to kind of see how you're doing. A lot of mod lists, or even vanilla Skyrim doesn't really have a good way of tracking everything stat wise with your character so easily. So you see, there you go with the save button. It's a bad time to save, so just don't save right now. Whoops, I think I might have saved. I don't know, was it red earlier? Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. That's enough talking on my part for now.
My child, and choose where your new life shall begin.
Okay, so what's gonna give us the best shot at starting near a major city so we can start our run? Definitely don't want vanilla start. I think arrive aboard a ship. It might put us like in Solitude or something.
Which
Let's see.
city did you sail to?
Oh, perfect. Okay. Let's start in. Let's leave it up. Let's leave it up to RNG. Let's see what happens. Let's do surprise me, and then we'll start a run that way.
So be it. Wherever you may sail to, A life filled with opportunity awaits you, traveler.
So, okay, that's Azura. Very cool. I don't think I've ever spoken with Azura before. So, first of all, this is a really cool way to start, like an alternate start. Um, you don't see this too often. Usually you start like at an inn and you talk like to the dragon statue. But I think this is much more enjoyable in my opinion. I wonder what would happen if you try to like pick the lock and get out of the prison. Like where it seems like you'd end up in Sky Oblivion or something. Okay, so we did end up in Solitude. Again, I have the performance metrics on the top for you to take a look at. And let's take a look at the water. Wow. So depth of field, if there is any, it's very subtle. In fact, it is off, which is cool. A lot of people prefer it that way. I can tell already that this has been overhauled for Solitude. Um, Performance is really good. So we're in the Overworld on 4K running 57 FPS right now, which is amazing. So if you're running on 2K, this is going to run like a dream for you. You see, what a dopey outfit he's got on. Do we have anything better than this? Okay. So I don't believe there's Wheeler on here. Let's see. Oh, is that Wheeler? No. Do we really have Wheeler? Okay, toggle wheel is G. Let's see. We have Wheeler. That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, give me a second to kind of get my bearings here. So usually I try to leave it unmodified for the most part, adjusting controls, but I play with Wheeler all the time on the other mod list, and I need to adjust it to my keys. Give me a second before. I'm not gonna start the timer yet. Um okay. So first of all, let's look at the keys. I think F11 is it? Okay, F11 is hotkeys. So we got Wheeler. This is another way to see what mods are in here because you can see the preset for it. So Wheeler there. That's another way I could have found out. Order the squad, new wheel. Okay. So I'm gonna move favorites to Y, or I'm gonna move it to G and then move Wheeler to G. So let's do that. Favorites is G. And then we're gonna go back to, we're gonna press the home button. We're gonna put this on Q. I think it just flows better that way. And then I like putting these as scroll up and scroll down. I unmap these. Now you can copy these settings at home if you want. I find it very easy to use this way. Okay, that should be good. And then make sure you hit save every time you adjust anything in Wheeler. Otherwise, you just wasted your time. Okay. So let's go ahead and equip some stuff to make our run easier. Okay, wow. Okay, so none of the major cities are shown here on the map, which is immersive. So we're gonna have to go off a memory of where we know. Luckily, we've done this run a few times and we've put some time into this mod, into Skyrim, so we know where they are generally. But we're gonna have to kind of guess. Like I think this is the College of Winterhold here. Um, and I think Windhelm is like right here or around here somewhere. So we're gonna have to just put like an X and make our run towards it and see. We definitely know where Solitude is. It's right in front of us. Anyways, what was I doing? So do we have any potions? No. You know, sometimes I get the urge to want to go back to using untarnished instead of Northern UI. It just has it's a nice It has a nice look to it as well. I can see why it was used a lot back in the day. I say back in the day, but I mean like a few months ago, before Norden came out. Do we have any magic? Let's see. Okay, Soul Trap. So let's put a little bit of magic. It's cool because we're doing spell sword type of playthrough. So we're gonna need that magic. Okay, so we're gonna go. All right. Let's save that. And let's find, hopefully we find some gear that's not so dopey. Okay, sprinting animations. A little bit of jitter going up the stairs, but I think... Okay, but they have that mod that doesn't make it do that in first person, which is nice. And I'm thinking about starting a new series, actually. It's not gonna conflict with this one, but it's gonna be like a weekly review of Nexus mods webpage where we go through it together and kind of look at the latest mods for the week. The mods and new mods that are coming out, mod updates, and then we can talk about it and kind of make it like a fun little hangout session. It'll be like less than a 10-minute video probably. Okay, so we can see our guy's face right now is pretty jacked up. So this is typical in modded Skyrim. What you need to do is you need to go to character creator, show me race menu, or show race menu. Okay, and then you just save. And usually you don't have to do that more than once. It's just like your first run, and then now you're good. See, now our face doesn't look all weird. All right, 2-hour timer. 2-hour timer. All right, let the marathon begin. So we're gonna take a run through Solitude. We're gonna go into at least one building, and then that's kind of the format we're gonna do in each of the major cities at least. And we're gonna try hit some smaller cities. I haven't decided what direction I'm gonna go first. If I'm gonna run Morthal direction, or if I'm gonna run College of Winterhold first. Or not Morthal, but Markarth. Either way, we're gonna hit Morthal first, and then head that way. If we do Markarth, then I think we're gonna we're gonna hit Dragon's Bridge too on the way there. And you know what? It's gonna be fun because we play modded Skyrim so much that like you often forget, or at least I forget what vanilla Skyrim looks like. So I'm gonna do an episode of this series where I just do this exact play method, but I'm gonna do it on just vanilla Skyrim, and then you can go back to that video and kind of reference how much it's changed with mods. I think it'll be pretty cool to have that as a comparison video out there. Especially, I'm gonna go ahead and bookmark like, I'm gonna put chapters in all these videos on when I hit each major city, so like you can compare what each major city looks like modded in different mod lists versus vanilla. I think that'll be a very cool comparison. So far, 56 FPS. We're in Solitude. It's modded very subtly. Okay, you know they don't have LOTD. LOTD would be here. Okay, for the most part, this looks like just a retextured version of the vanilla Blue Palace. So we're gonna go ahead and go inside Blue Palace. Go say hi to Elisif and then turn back around and head out. I don't know, our guy's like a noble or something. He looks really... He's wearing like a Santa Claus hat.
Please, don't interrupt the court.
The Imperials are good for business, and business is good
Okay.
for Skyrim.
What do you need?
So there's that like Oblivion style conversation camera on here, I believe.
Strange noises and lights.
Yeah, see where it zooms into them.
Then we will immediately send out a lead
All right
to
then.
scour the cave and secure the town.
Okay.
Halfingar's people will always be safe under my rule.
Your
Overall, the
enemies
textures
have
are real
strongly
clean.
suggested nothing
I'm
in the
getting
area. Dragons
67
reside in imperial
FPS.
control. This is likely superstitious nonsense.
Perhaps some more temporary
I'm digging it. I think if you have a computer that struggles with a lot of the modern day mod lists, I think you can really take this, play it as it is, of course. But you could even add little like quality of life mods to it, to your taste, and make it kind of your own, and use this as a baseline. I think you'd have more fun trying to run this list without worrying about performance so much. But we're gonna see. At the end, we're gonna rate performance based on the entire 2-hour run. And again, that's the whole purpose of this review series, the way we do it. It's to kind of like, don't just take like little snippets of a mod list and then just assume that's how it is for the whole thing. Granted, we're not playing the whole game, but we're gonna run through almost every region, and we're gonna get into fights. And yeah, that's Solitude done. And then we can really see, like, is it gonna fall short anywhere, or is it gonna continue to impress us? So like these textures here, it looks like a retexture of like the vanilla trees in a way. I turned on vanilla Skyrim last night actually for the first time in a long time, just to kind of see if it's working before I do that episode I was talking about. And like the trees are, they look cool from far away, but they look really ugly when you get up close. But no, this one looks nice up close. Like you can see every little pine on there. You even got like, okay, so the SMP wind, maybe that's where the grass is blowing. All right, so Solitude done. Good. So what's really cool is we're gonna see little markers pop up. Now we gotta remember, where the heck was Morthal? It was somewhere in here, I think. We're gonna just go off of like memory and see. We're gonna hit Morthal, and then by then I'm gonna decide what direction I'm gonna go, and we're gonna split that direction. Let's see. Is survival on? Okay, survival's off. All right, that's gonna help. Again, no horses unless we end the whole run and we just want to mess around. Horses we're gonna leave out because you just zoom past all the content and you don't really see the world for what it is. I always find running on foot in a game really is the best way to take in the world. Okay, so this whole time I've been playing mouse and keyboard. Let's try this controller out. Again, we got an Xbox controller. Let's see if I can just turn it on and start playing. And then I wonder how Wheeler works. Okay, so Wheeler is L, the left trigger, and then okay, and then how do we go between wheels? Okay, I don't know what's going on there. He just started attacking.
Need something?
All right, let's take a moment to look at the buttons real quick. Gamepad, left trigger, next wheel, right trigger, and then D-pad, left and right for next items. Activate. Okay, shoulder buttons. Okay, I think I got a good gist of it. So, yep. And then activate is like, oh, I like that. I was kind of fumbling on it a little bit, but actually that's nice. Okay. So you can see right now the HUD is very immersive. Like, I don't see anything on my HUD right now except for the compass. Okay. Okay, so that's interesting. With Wheeler on, you have to make sure that you're, like when you're attacking, you gotta make sure that like, see right there, I'm attacking right now without trying to attack. I think because I was hitting the wheeler button, my guy was, see how that magic works? So you might want to mess with the settings. Because right now I'm shooting, but really I was just trying to hit the wheeler button, but I'm shooting magic. So you might want to remap that if you can without getting in the way of other controls that are essential. Okay, so the game crashed. It crashed. I don't think I'm gonna fault it for that though. I was kind of messing with the wheeler buttons, and you can see the conflict between initializing the wheeler and trying to do any magic with your left hand as well with the left trigger button. So definitely be cautious of that when using controller. I think because of that, for the sake of this run going smooth, I'm gonna switch back to mouse and keyboard. But I believe if you can find a workaround for that aspect where it's not dual purposing the left trigger button, you might be able to avoid crashes like that. So I'm not gonna fault it for that. It was me just messing with the system a little bit. So let's continue our run. So we were heading to Morthal, and we're gonna go all off of memory here because these are not marked on the map for you. You have to discover them. Okay, right off the bat, swimming animations, pretty standard. There's a current to the water as well. Maybe I was wrong in my last episode where like that was unique to the mod list. Maybe that's just how this area is, where there's always a current, and I just wasn't perceptive to that in the past. But he seems to have a mod here, Wade in Water, I believe is what it's called, that, you know, slows you down walking through water. That adds some realism, which is nice. I like the way the water looks with this EMB, and I like the fact that I'm not playing with frame gen on, and I'm having a smooth experience. Granted, the overworld here now is 39 to 40 FPS, but this area, you wouldn't suspect it because it's kind of like this no-name area, but like this area is really demanding on a lot of mod lists. Mod lists that like you think run very smooth. You come here and there's so many things going on, texture wise and you know, like the engine mechanics wise, that it just slows the game down a lot. But for the most part, like I don't feel like I'm slow, like I'm lagging at all. Again, keep an eye on the metrics up top if you want to see how this is holding up. But for the most part, I am happy with it. And I am not running to Morthal. So let me mark this general area. And we're going to really rely on our compass to get us around. And of course, we stopped the timer when we crashed. So I started it back up again. We got to make sure we save often. So to save you guys time, when I started it back up again, I ran and grabbed Solitude again because I didn't save before all that. I grabbed Solitude and I got back to where the crash happened, and then I started recording again. Just to kind of not make you guys have to watch all that all over again. Okay. Let's add that to our weapon. So now we got poison weapon. I've never really used that mechanic in this game until recently. Using the poisons that I collect, I would usually just sell it at like the vendor. But yeah, I mean, lace your weapon with it adds a little bit of extra perks to it. Yeah, I already got thrown off. You can get turned around so easily in this marshland. I don't think I've ever seen... Either this is retextured. I don't think I've ever seen this cabin before. Alright, so you can see a little bit of texture seam issues here. When textures were generated. So, I mean, that does allude already to that. This is probably a modified asset in here. Oh, there's a nice elven sword in here. Okay, wow. Jackpot. We got some stuff in here. At least some stuff we can sell. Spell tomb. Where was it? I saw an elven sword somewhere. Where was that? Did I pick it up already?
Leave me, you incessant demon. You shan't.
Aha, this is like the start of like a modded quest probably. Okay. I don't know what rabbit hole that's gonna go, but that could eat up all of our time if we do it. So I'm gonna skip that. I'm gonna save just because this area is pretty modded out. I don't want us to lose any progress. Did we get an elven sword? Yes. It's a little bit better than our weapon now. So we're gonna add that to our wheeler. We can test out a little bit of dual wielding. I really like the textures. I don't know if it's because of the rain, but like the weapons look wet. That's a nice attention to detail as well. You know, these vanilla plus modlists, it really like brings the fun back to first person gameplay. And I think is this stone? I think that's what I prefer to play these with. Let's see. Magicka much faster. Okay. Yeah, it's better than no blessing. That's good. We'll have to lean into our magic a little bit to really take advantage of that. So it's cool to see your character sometimes, but these vanilla plus mod lists that are like based around Simon Rim, which kind of just redoes like all the different aspects of how the game works, the leveling system and the skill system. I think it's most fun playing in first person. Don't get me wrong, it's probably fun too in third person. But I think I'm gonna lean into the first person more so on this playthrough. Alright. We do need some better gear. Let's try our hand at messing with these guys. I just saved outside, so let me see if I can maybe loot some of the... Okay. Game time. Okay. Let's see. Dead. Taken out by the skeleton. I never claimed to be really good at playing Skyrim, by the way. I just play a lot of it. And I'm pretty sure the default setting is... Yeah, it's not the easiest setting. I don't think this is supposed to be a brutal mod list in any way, so don't take it for that purpose as well. But I think we just gotta play it smart. And maybe lean into our distance attacks as well. So let's see if there's sky parkour in here. Okay, so there isn't sky parkour. And there isn't paraglider. I believe I checked. There's no paraglider as well. But I mean, if you're kind of a vanilla plus mod list out there, I don't think you are attracted to those kind of things. I was talking to... Well, I saw the mod list author's response for not adding those mods for the apostasy mod list. And he just said, like, it allows you to get to areas you're not supposed to get to, which could be game breaking. And so that's why like they leave it out. So that could have been the logic here too. Those are pretty useless spells right now. So I don't have any way to heal. Oh, okay. I got one potion. Yeah, we just gotta play it smart here. Because those guys do some damage. Okay. We gotta... Okay, we're gonna get taken out in one shot. What are we gonna do here? Do I have anything at all? Luckily, this game pauses. It doesn't have that Souls mod. Can we eat something? Okay. Yeah, we picked up those rabbit legs. That's pretty useful. Let's see. Does that help? We sheath our weapon. Okay. Okay, this skeleton luckily doesn't have a bow. We gotta take him out before he gets to us. Okay, thank God. Take him out. Whew. Okay. I'm a little nervous. Do we have anything that can give us a little more armor? Did we pick up armor from that? No, we didn't pick up armor from that guy we killed. Lockpicking. Okay, magicka. This has no... I might as well just take this off. This has no value at all. Let's just get out of this area for a moment and recuperate. Oh, wow, you're still coming at me, man. This is eating up a lot of time. 1 hour and 41 minutes left, and I am fighting skeletons. Which is good. I mean, we gotta test out the combat too, right? And this is why I kind of got into that fight in the first place. That, and I need better gear. Ideally, I want to be rocking heavy armor or at least armor with some type of value to it. God. Luckily, we have ranged attacks because I'm pretty sure that crab would take us out in a couple hits as well with how little armor we have on. So aside from that self-inflicted crash I did earlier, this is running very smooth. Don't mistake that for the run is going very smooth because I'm getting my butt kicked. But this is going smooth. Oh my god, it's a skeleton over there. Isn't that... That's an enemy over there, isn't it? Oh, okay. There's that symbol for Morthal. It's that way. Alright, let's go. This spark spell is really coming in handy. It's really coming in handy. Oh my god, I'm getting attacked again, aren't I? And I didn't save, so we cannot get in a fight right now. Okay, we gotta get out of here. We didn't save. We're gonna lose progress. The Spriggan's kicking our butt. Whew. Oh, he's coming after us. Okay. Let's get out of here. I think he lost us. Oh shit, there's a crab there. Okay. Guards! Guards, help me. Whew. Okay. Thanks for nothing, buddy. Didn't you see me getting attacked over there? What's your problem? Okay. So, pretty standard looking Morthal, but definitely retextured. It looks beautiful. Look at that water texture and the way it reacts to me moving around. Man, you'll find it hard to get this type of visual quality in a lot of brand new releases coming out nowadays. Look at that. I mean, some areas, of course, in modded Skyrim, it's gonna show its age, but like this here, this is some AAA modern day gaming textures that you're looking at right now. And you'll see in the description that I think this mod list doesn't take up much space at all. And you can delete the downloads after and just keep the install files, and you're like under 200 gigs. So it's not asking for much for what it for the exchange that what it gives you. I mean, literally, you could have this and like 2 or 3 other mod lists on like a 2 terabyte drive and still have space to spare. So keep that in mind too, because some mod lists ask you to sacrifice a lot of space, and in exchange they give you something that it looks not too far off from what you see here, and has a lot more instability issues probably. Granted, some of them are worth the space that they ask for, like 800 gigs or 700 gigs, but some of them don't, and so that's what we aim to kind of see on this channel too, as we run through them. And that's why I make it a point to put the list, the mod list size in the description, so you can kind of see like the return value on the space that it asks for. Okay, we really gotta get moving though. So Morthal, we're good. I think we're gonna run Markarth direction and run around the map that way. Man, we got such a long run ahead of us. Let's hit Dragon's Bridge, and then my usual runs, I usually run these back channels all the way to Markarth. I'm thinking about maybe mixing it up, but we'll see. First of all, let's go ahead to Dragon's Bridge and check it out. And I'm gonna take a moment here to do a setting that's gonna save us save you from having to look at me save all the time. Quick save. Is there a quick save? Is there a quick save? Am I missing it? Or is that setting removed on purpose because it's unstable? Save on wait, save on travel. Okay. No, quick save is removed on purpose, I think. Okay. It's fine. Let's keep going. No, F5. Okay, F5. Auto-saving. I see. Where do you reprogram that? Controls? Yeah, controls. That's what it is. Okay, I'm gonna put that somewhere easy, like yeah, like that button there. All right, so if we die, then hopefully, yeah, there we go. Now I can keep saving without having to like show you the save screen every single time. I think I'll try to do that from now on. Now remember though, etiquette is you shouldn't use quick save usually. Against modded Skyrim, they have all these little etiquette things where like if you die, you gotta like turn the game off and turn back on again, or else in the long term, you're gonna corrupt your save. So there's all these little things you should keep in mind. But for the sake of these runs, I don't do all that because, I mean, it's just a 2-hour run, and then we're probably not gonna use this save anymore. And I have to honestly delete these mod lists and make space for the next one that I'm gonna review. So long-term wise, I'm not really thinking about that. But I do think after I review enough mod lists, I'm gonna go back and like add some to my permanent collection. But I still got like over 10 more mod lists to review, and it's growing. And then there's new ones coming out too that are heavy hitters. Windenik's next one, again, Eldergleam's next one, all within like the next couple of months probably, from what I can tell. And we're back here again. And so yeah, we got a lot more to do. And we're evolving the process. Like, just hitting that quick save button has already evolved the process to make this more enjoyable to watch, I think. So each episode's gonna get better and better. And I apologize to the Modlist authors who were used in my beginning episodes, because of course I wasn't as polished then. But hopefully I still did right by you in some way. Is that somebody? That is somebody. Are they an enemy? Oh, they're just a hunter. Okay. Okay, you heard me, didn't you? Oh, don't worry. I'm a good guy. So there's no first-person pickup animations like immersive first-person animations. But I mean it's like a nice to have, but it's not essential. Okay, that's a bandit. Good, we can kill him and get his armor. We can take him out. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, this guy doesn't have ranged weapons. So we're gonna... We're gonna cheese him a little bit because... But he's got some good armor. Thank goodness for this spark spell. See the perks of having a spell sword. Yeah, and now we got upgrades. And tomato soup. Now we're cooking. Now we are cooking. We don't need that iron mace. We can test out daggers a little bit here. And look at that. We can do a little bit of sword and shield there too. Okay, we don't have any lockpicks. Where's that other guy I killed? Where is he? There he is. Okay, we can test out bow. That's interesting. We can test out hunting bow, and we can test out... Oh, cool, we leveled up. Maybe dual wield daggers and see, like for people who want to be like a rogue. Maybe we can fight a couple fights with that too. Let's see. Let's do health. We seem to be holding up okay with Magicka. And then destruction's been really helpful. So let's put a point into that. Now, are we getting penalized for having heavy armor? Let's see. No. Okay. Our guys coming together. I think we... Yeah, let's see a little bit of night gameplay too. I was gonna go to sleep and then just wait for the next day. But I think we can just keep going. So overall, so far this game is really good in my opinion. I'm having a good time playing it. I've never tried to run through this log. Can you make it through? No, you can't. It looks like you can, but you can't. Hour and 29 minutes left. We are just getting to... We did one major city. We did two small cities. We did one small town. This is the second small town. Now, I'm gonna do the vanilla playthrough later because the line is kind of blurred for me now of what is a modded village or town. Sometimes it's not so obvious. So watch that video when it comes out. I think I'll probably make it next, to be honest, after this one. And then you can kind of see like the big changes that like come from these mod lists. And again, some of them don't ask for a lot in return. This is only asking for less than 200 gigabytes. Oh, sorry, I already had the quick save thing. Let's take a peek in here and then head out.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything, or take a seat by the fire.
So interior lighting, you can really see at these inns, like what type of lighting assets are in the game. How the fires look. How the light comes in through the windows.
Something different. Fate is the name. Let me know if you want anything. The meals I serve ain't what I'd call a Jarl's feast, but they'll fill your belly.
Alright. Cool to see. Yeah, that's what interiors look like at the inns. Honestly, I mean, it does not look dated at all. Look at the textures on the ground. The stones look real. Stone even around this fire looks real.
Local, I just knock on their front doors the next day.
Even the food on the table looks pretty good. Wait until you guys see the vanilla playthrough, the 2-hour run we're gonna do on that, because just taking a peek at it yesterday to make sure the textures were all good, and it loaded up fine. The textures are super dated on vanilla Skyrim, and I'm sure that's common knowledge, but you're gonna see it firsthand and kind of see. All right. For now, we're gonna try nighttime running to see how this EMB holds up at night. And then if it becomes just too dark and we're just lost in the woods and it's not fun to watch, I'm gonna make it daytime again. Just wait it out. So that's Dragon Bridge. Did we get the mark? Yep, we got the mark. Okay, so we're gonna head to... Yeah, we're gonna head to Markarth next. Every time I do this run, I doubt I'm gonna make it the whole way. Alright, we're not suckers anymore. Look at that. This heavy armor is really helping us out. Look at this armor. Oh, actually, let's use this. Okay, so our armor is at 81.04. Our damage output is this. Oh yeah, you can really... I don't ever play like all the full-time mod lists that I play. I don't play with this mod on here because I think there's a lot of back-end stuff you got to take into account. Like some mods are... There's so many mods in a mod list. Sometimes it affects what you see here and it's not accurate. But like if it's already in the list, I'm assuming the mod list author made sure everything's cohesive and what you're seeing is something you can take at face value. So, have some coffee there, sorry. Yeah, it's good to see our armor and our weapon output. That's what I'm always looking at. And then maybe our magicka. Granted, you can find some of this stuff sometimes in other menus, but this is a good, easy way to find it all. Okay, some third-person exploring as well to kind of give you that perspective. I believe a fish was trying to bite my ass there. Okay, so far I haven't made remarks on it, but I can tell you right now, the first-person attack animations are really, like, the hitboxes are working correctly. Like... Okay. We gotta watch ourselves here. I really gotta get a healing spell somewhere. Next time I'm in a town, I'm gonna try to see if I can buy a book somewhere. Unless I get lucky and come across it. Because I am dying. I'm dying. And I can eat some food that helps with that, but I am dying from fighting crabs. Let's see how torches look at night. Okay. This lights it up pretty well. I don't know if I can get up this mountain by just hopping around like a bunny. Let's see. Can I? Yeah, I did it. Okay. So leveling progression, looks like it's tied to kind of like a vanilla style mechanic. Which is cool. Again, I like that, especially if you can tweak it in a way that makes it a little more responsive. That's pretty cool. All right, something's going on over there. Do they see me? No, no, no. They're fighting someone else? Are they shooting at me? Oh my god, they're shooting at me.
Then all of the reach.
Damn you, Forsworn.
Weren't expecting that, were you?
No, I wasn't expecting that. I'm just trying to get around here. Are you really coming after me still?
Reclaiming what is rightfully ours.
Yeah, I need some potions, and I need... Hopefully I can sell some of the jewelry that I got. And I need some I need a healing spell. Like ASAP. Where are we? Man, we got a ways to go. An hour and 20 minutes left. I always doubt myself if I can make the whole run in 2 hours. Especially how easily you can get distracted and tied up in this game. Okay, well, it's a straight shot this way according to the compass. We just gotta avoid coming across Forsworn, which I believe are located in here as well. Man, night looks really good here. Look at that sky. Just take it in. I mean, it's impressive. It's impressive what this modlist has done with the amount of performance that it's offering to you. 4K, I'm running around at nearly almost 60 FPS. 55, 58 in the open world right now. Again, 9070 XT. You'll see it in the description. I don't have a top-end CPU. It's kind of like a mid-range 9700X Ryzen. Oh, shucks. I don't want any trouble, man. So the armor textures on this look really good too. Like, his armor really looks like the metal has a nice shine to it, and because it's just an iron piece of armor, it doesn't look like too shiny. Yeah, this looks really good. I'm really enjoying it. Okay, these are just hunters. They're not bad guys. They're not bandits or anything. I'm glad we're doing this run at night. It's I think it's a nice EMB to experience nighttime gameplay in. Some of them are just so dark that like you're just running around in pitch black, which I get it's immersive, but yeah, immersion is one thing, but sometimes enjoyability is another. And I think you got to decide what you enjoy more when you pick your mod list. Again, you can put hundreds of hours, if not over 1,000 hours, into this list alone, the way it is, without another update. Just the way it is, just like how you can do that in vanilla Skyrim. And so you really gotta like watch videos like this, or anyone reviewing videos, but videos that really show you like mostly unedited gameplay, you know, minus like having to wait for the game to load back up again after it crashes, or if the person doing the gameplay has to take a leak or something, that you can edit that part out. You don't have to wait for them. But for the most part, unedited. And then you can kind of see for yourself at the end of watching the video, like you could be just like hanging out around your house doing dishes or cleaning up and have this on the TV, and at the end of it you'll see like, even if you miss something, you'll see like I rated it, and then if you see like, okay, he gave it this rating, but why? You can go back through the footage if you miss something, and then you can kind of like judge for yourself. Without having to download the list and take up all the hard drive space, and then kind of play it and to find out it's not for you. Oh, I'm so tempted to just take one of these wild horses and just make it faster on myself. But no. I must not. I think we're coming across Markarth soon though. Yes! Damn it, I did it again. Habit, sorry. I'll do the quick save more often. We're here. Okay. So let's take a look at the map. I think it's really cool that they don't mark the major cities on the map, and then you gotta kind of just stumble across it. Especially if you haven't played Skyrim before. Granted, not many people who play modded Skyrim have never played vanilla Skyrim before, but if you've never played Skyrim before, or even if it's your first time playing a modded Skyrim, to find the city on accident is probably a really cool experience. And like, never playing the game before, you're like, what is this? What is this city? Markarth, I've never heard of that before. Like, just have that, I'm jealous to have that experience for the first time. I'm sure it's magical. Did it again. Old habits die hard, sorry. I have a quick save button. I'm gonna try to use that more.
Bit of jewelry for your journey home.
Okay, this lady's gonna get assassinated.
Lovely on my sister.
Hey, 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 hey!
I die for my people.
Forsworn are here in the city.
Everyone stay back.
Don't worry, I handled it.
City guard
You're
has this all
welcome.
under control.
You're
There are
welcome.
no Forsworn here.
Okay, well, we gotta keep going. I like to check out the Shrine of Talos on my Markarth runs because it's a really good representation of like the lighting in the game. So we're gonna go check that out real quick. Probably shouldn't have done that. That's not a good I don't think that's a good perk for my build. Yeah, shouts. I don't have any shouts. Whoops. Okay, well, we're gonna run through Riverwood, and I will stop by the standing stones there and get another one. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this city during the day, and then we can start our run and see how much ground we cover during the day. 7:30 a.m. Okay. Look at those god rays coming in from the sun rising. What a nice touch. And the water, if you see the water here, you see the sun glistening across the water. So cool. So yeah, that's Markarth. For the most part, it's just a retextured vanilla Markarth from what I can tell. You'll see when I put the vanilla video up, you can compare.
Gods. A woman. Oh, I think you
Oh,
dropped this. Some kind
I
of
didn't
note.
drop it.
Looks important.
It's not mine. Alright, off to Riverwood. Oh, you know what? We never check out Falkreath ever, huh? I don't know if we have time for that. Maybe. Well, let's make our way to Riverwood and see. It's somewhere around here. I believe over here is. So that is the name escapes me. Um, one of the main cities there. Why am I forgetting it? And then Riverwood's over here. That's gonna bother me. I can't believe I can't think of it right now. Getting old. Can't believe I can't think of that name. I know that city like really well. Whiterun. Whiterun. I can't believe I forgot it. Whiterun. So that's where Whiterun is. Okay, early morning run. Continuing our marathon. Hour and 10 minutes left. Got a lot of ground to cover still. I like the running animation in this. It's cool. Sorry. Need some thumbnail options here. So once in a while, I'm gonna stop and take a picture if it's picturesque. Look at that though. That's the sky looks really good. Now again, I just turned on vanilla Skyrim last night to check it out, and the sky does not look like this. So this is definitely a redone sky.
All right, hand over your valuables, or I'll gut you like a fish.
All right, you're the first person I'm gonna test out my dual wield daggers on.
You're as good as dead.
Nothing. Hit on you.
All right, time to fall back. Okay, let's give ourselves a little bit of survivability here. Let's put some points into heavy armor. So it doesn't have dynamic sprint stop. So if you're sprinting and you stop for real. Again, I prefer it that way as well. I don't know why that mod became such a big deal. That people started using it so much in these lists where you start sliding. I mean, that doesn't do anything for me. But to each their own. Some people like it, I'm sure, which is why there's a place for it. Let's see what kind of blessing this is. The Bella. What is that, like Magicka? Let's see. Blessing of the Bella. Stamina. Okay. It's better than shouts. So again, this mod list wasn't updated since like June, I think. Yeah, you'll see the official date in the description, but I think it's fine without all the mods that came out in the recent months. I think it's holding up fine. I think some of these enemies have been renamed too, like Alpha Wolf. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Sorry, I killed your buddy, huh? Sorry about that. That was your friend? Let's look at the texture on the Imperials. Yeah, the NPCs look really good. They don't look too fake or overdone in any way.
Keep an eye out for trouble.
I think the textures on their armor is updated. They even have cloaks with S&P physics. They look good. Now you're not gonna get all the armors at S&P because I mean this one here I believe there's an S&P version. I don't think this one is. It's running like the cloth is running very stiff. I could be wrong. Could just be a very subtle one, but I don't see it. Ooh. One hit. Okay, so this is the anniversary edition game, not the special edition. So it has Hendrheim up there, which is a player home. I've never seen the steps like this before to it though. Let's take a peek at it real quick while we're here. Yeah, so you could like kill this NPC and then get her home, I think. Let's see. Okay, she's level 40. We gotta get out of here. Unless we can cheese her. Oh, no. Sorry. No, I thought you were somebody. I thought you were somebody else. No, sorry, my bad. So why are you walking? Come on. Get out of here. I'll take my chances with the cliff. Okay, so I think okay, so there's a mission usually that you like find a note and then um it's like somebody wanted to give away their home to like a worthy warrior, and then you come to her after, and then you battle her, and then she dies, and then you get a key to her house, um, which is a pretty cool player home. I like this area that it's in. Um, but it looks like if you just show up there and kill her, you could probably loot her body for the key, and then that's a shortcut around it. I don't know. I want to test that theory, but she's a little too strong. Thank you, Wolf. Does he have any good loot on him? Let me see. Okay, it's the same attributes. Let's just do it to change up our look a little bit then. And then, do I have I not been rocking gloves this whole time? Wow, this whole time I had no gloves on? Okay. Yeah, I can dig it. Our guy looks pretty cool now. Looking like a spell sword. I think these are the crossroads here where we can see. Yeah, let's just run through here. I think we can run by like Falkreath area and kind of check it out if we run this way. Granted, we're not going to see the big plains, but you know, we've seen it before. And we'll take a peek at it from a different angle as we approach Whiterun. It's just another bandit. I have a bow, I think, too. I should try to use that to test it out. Do I have any arrows? Oh, I have arrows too. Fantastic. Not gonna lie, that gave me some confidence in this bow. Where am I going? Okay, maybe I can shortcut through here and end up in Falkreath on the backside. Let's see. I want to keep rolling with it. So 42 FPS. It doesn't really feel like we dropped FPS from 50 to 40. So it's stability-wise, if you're not looking at your FPS, I don't think you're noticing anything. There's no like frame pacing, hitching, or anything like that that I'm experiencing. 100% smooth. And I think if you want like 100% like stability, then you could like lock out your FPS at like 40 probably if you have something similar. Or I mean, if you're playing at 2K, you could probably be locking at 60 FPS. Or you can leave it unlocked and get even more. I like the bow. The bow's cool. I haven't seen this before. What is this? Huh. Oh, there's a chest here. I'll take it. I like the animation of him running with the bow. I believe this mod list has Dova jump in it, if I'm not mistaken. Or like you do this kind of wild jump. Yeah, it does have Dova jump. That's pretty cool. That last one looked like the Hulk jump. But that's a cool little add-on, you know, like the jump in vanilla is just so like stiff. All right. We're gonna try hit Falkreath. And then, I mean, how I picture this run ending, ideally, if we can make the whole entire time in 2 hours, is that we end at Dawnstar. But 2 hours is 2 hours. If we can't make it, we gotta stop it. Otherwise, I mean, this whole 2-hour theme is not gonna hold up. There's some buildings here that I've never noticed before, like in this list. That one by Morthal, I have that like where that mission was about to start. I never noticed that before. I never noticed that building there before. It's so subtle that you don't know if it was there this entire time or if it's a new addition from this mod list, which is really cool. I got you, horses. Man, another chance to get a horse if I wanted to. Okay, no. It's alright. Shrine of Magnus. Okay, what's that? I've never even heard of that before. Spell absorption. It's not very good. Alright. I'm gonna ride it around in a circle real quick. Okay, never mind. Okay, so this is that mod I play. It's called, what was it called? A Horse's Life. And so you capture these wild horses, you tame them, kind of like Zelda. And then you take them to a stable, I think, and then you can make them yours. I mean, they have that in vanilla too, but it kind of takes it kind of to a more, role-playing Zelda type experience rather than the original Skyrim experience of it. And I think they plot more horses throughout the world that you can catch with that mod list. I could be mistaken. I'm just shooting from the hip a little bit. Yeah, if there's a retexture of the horses, it's very subtle because they still look a little bit rough around the edges. You want to see a good horse retexture, check out Apostasy. That one has a really good horse retexture. And again, there's a new mod that came out recently that really changes the way horse handling works, and it's really good. I'll try and touch on that in the series I'm gonna put out called Modder's Window, where we look at mods on Nexus together. I still gotta do my first episode, but that mod is like life-changing. Horses feel so good. That mod. Alright, so bonus, Falkreath. I had no idea. I totally forgot Falkreath existed in a lot of ways because all the other runs we did so far just completely avoided Falkreath. So we did it here. We might sacrifice Dawnstar because of it, but we did it here. It might be a trade-off. I'd be happy if we can even make it to Winterhold at the end. We got 53 minutes left. And next stop is Riverwood. Alright, there's some bandits here. I wonder if these bandits are gonna attack these Thalmor. This guy's making a run for it. You gonna make a run for it? Go for it, man. You guys are looking the wrong way. They're up here. Alright, I'll help you out with my bow a little bit. Wait, are they attacking? Are the Thalmor attacking me? Bastards. bastards. What the f- I'm not one of them. My god. Okay, we gotta get out of here. They're one arrow from taking me out. And that almost got me right there. Whew. Alright, they can sort out their differences. Let's keep going. Level up again. Wow, okay. I'll take it. Let's yeah, that'll help. Because we don't have any healing. Health regeneration plus 50%. Yes, please. Yeah, let's take a look at the skill tree real quick. Yeah, look how much this branches out. That's pretty cool. So yeah, definitely not a vanilla skill tree. You're a hunter, right? You're not a bad... Yeah. Take a look at the textures on the ground. Yeah. Wait until you see how bad they look on vanilla. On the vanilla one. They're so horrendous. We've really come a long way since then. Okay. So next fork in the road, we're gonna hang a left. And you see a little bit of stuttering. That's just me doing the quick save button like more than I should. Okay, another bonus one here. Helgen. Post-war Helgen. Post dragon attack Helgen, I mean. But that gives a clear direction to Riverwood, because we all know how to get to Riverwood from Helgen, right? If we played Skyrim before. I remember coming through this area first time playing Skyrim in 2011 and just being kind of in awe, like looking at those ruins of Bleak Falls Barrow in the distance, like, man, this world is so vast. There's so much to be seen. Alright, we're gonna take the dangerous way down, not the official way. I'm gonna try to make up some time here. Okay, I'm out of arrows. And should I get one of these standing stones real quick? I think they're just right up here. And we're gonna double back and head to Riverwood. What time is it? 3:55. Okay. Wow. I think we covered a lot more ground in a shorter time frame. We left Markarth at like 7:30 in the morning. "46 minutes left. It's not looking like we're gonna make it all the way to Winterhold. But we'll see how far we make it, right? That's the mystery still. If we don't make a whole round trip, that'll be the first time out of all my reviews so far. Okay, so that's a new asset that was not here before. That well. This is nice. Really nice textures on that sign there.
A dragon! I saw a dragon!
For the most part,
What is it now?
this looks pretty vanilla. Retextured, of course. But again, they're trying to make a vanilla plus mod list here, right? And so you're gonna pick and choose. You're not gonna mod everything. You're not gonna overhaul all of the towns and cities. You're gonna just kind of like do subtle changes here and there usually. This is one of the most scenic spots right here. When you're playing any version of a modded Skyrim is Riverwood is like real scenic. Anyhow. That's Riverwood. Alright, ticked it off the box there. We're gonna make our way to Whiterun. That's a mod there. That's a player home, I believe. Nice little subtle add-on there. You would think that was always there. That's a cool player home. Alright, and it's early evening now, 4:57. It's like getting kind of dark already. Maybe because the overcast. But this is Whiterun. So they went with the grassy plains look. We're gonna see the scripted fight over here with the giant. I always get there too late to get a hit in on the giant. Let me see if I can get a hit in. Yeah, I got a hit on him.
Takes care of that?
Usually get there too late.
You handle yourself well. You could make for a decent shield, brother.
Yeah. In another life, maybe. Oh, wow, look at that view. Oh, that's a picture right there. Wow. With the sun coming down like that. Oh Oh, you can't get better than that. That's really nice. The LODs on here are really good. I mean, I'm not left wanting anything. Look at that. Like, off in the distance, the mountains there and the sun coming through. Man. Okay, so anyways, let's not get off track too much. This is definitely an Overhauled Whiterun. I think it's called Whiterun Has Walls, is the mod, but don't quote me on that. But you can quote me on that this is a modded Whiterun. Let's see if we can get a good view from Dragon's Reach.
City's closed with the dragons about. You looking for a beating? Or else what? You think you can stand again? You looking for a beating?
Okay.
Welcome to Whiterun,
Yeah.
friend.
Man,
Right on.
these guards just try to hustle you all the time. Even in Riften. Every single time.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
Oh,
Just
wow,
can't fill an
okay.
order that
So
size
this
on
is
my
Whiterun.
own.
Nice and clean
Why don't you
look.
swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask
Definitely,
Lord
definitely
Imperial
modified.
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's storm.
Nice textures. Let's take a look at Whiterun at sunrise.
Show you the power of Talos Storm Crown, born of the north, where my breath is long winter.
Okay, so this is a good vantage point to look at Whiterun. I think it's tastefully modified, not overdone. Not with like excessive trees anywhere. I mean, actually, a lot of trees aren't bad either, but I mean, that's a nice Whiterun. I'm not left like feeling like I'm wanting more out of it. Sometimes more is cool, but you know, you gotta balance, right? Performance wise. Okay. Anyways, this is, I don't want to get involved with them right now, but this is Dragon's Reach. And we have 39 minutes, so we're gonna head back out. 60 FPS in Whiterun. For a moment there, touched it. 52 now. I think it's looking good. Performance-wise, still, it's telling the same story that this list is consistently holding up in different areas. And I will be surprised if it starts falling apart before we finish our run today, because I believe this was probably touched with the same care to performance and detail balance throughout the whole map. Okay, so this is Obsidian Weathers again, right? So let's take a look at how this looks. When we had played another list, the weather was really like, it really sold me on the weather. It seemed like I was really stuck in a storm. Oh, this is pretty good too. You really feel like you're in a thunderstorm. The water dropping on the ground too. I think that's a mod called Splashes of Skyrim. You'll probably see it in the water too. Yeah, look at all the ripples in the water. Man, this is like AAA title type stuff, man. Alright, we're gonna make our way to Riften, which is over here. Luckily, I remember where everything is because if I didn't, then I would not know where to go. Alright, look at that too. Attention to detail, right? So you can see his armor is wet because he's caught in the thunderstorm. Even his armor, his weapons. Yeah, look at my sword. My sword is soaked. My gauntlets are soaked. You just stop and take it in for a moment. This is really beautiful. I like his minimalist approach with the HUD elements kind of going away as you're playing. If like you're not in a fight or if you're full health, then all that's left is a compass. And then he has that mod that takes the compass away if you want to as well. Granted, we need it for this run, but I mean, what is that? What button is that? F11, compass. Okay, X to toggle the compass. So like, there you go. So completely HUD free. I have performance on the top, of course. You can see the performance metrics, but completely HUD free. I like that. I think there's a mod out there right now, but I could be wrong, but there's a mod out there that like fires go out when it rains. So that would be the next level like of realism here if my torch just didn't work because it's raining. Like you could see the drops of water like putting it out. So I'm glad we got to see the weather, like a thunderstorm. Shows you that side of the game as well. I gotta say it's beautiful. I mean, it really sells you on it that you're really caught in the rain. Okay, we're gonna try our hand at taking out a couple bandits here. Not a lot. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, damn you. I almost had you. And I still need a healing spell. Okay. We're gonna try one more time. If we die, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna avoid the fight. That deer looks really real. Alright, let's try a different route. Let's try a little bit of combat. Careful combat instead of just whacking away.
This here's that's a real shit. Now this is a surprise.
Like a bite of
Man, that wolf came in too. I should let that wolf do a little bit of fighting too. Kind of cheap shot her from the side. I think there's TK dodge in here, right? What's the dodge button? I think this is one of those lists that you have to unlock it. You have to unlock it via perk points. Let me see. It's usually in light armor, I believe. I could be wrong.
Hold it. This here's a toll road, see? Huh. Tough talk for someone who's about to have their guts split. That kind of
We're gonna play smart. We're gonna use the terrain to our advantage. Alright, finish. Oh, wait. Coming after me. Freaking wolf. Don't mess with me again, lady. Alright. Payback. And maybe better armor. Let's see. Not better armor, but different. Let's try it out. And then the iron boots. Okay, let's change up our helmet a little bit. It seems like it's the same stats. Let's try that. How's that look? He looks a little... He's a high elf wearing like a Nordic helmet. That's a little dopey. Maybe try this one for a little bit. I still think I like the first one the most, though. I quite like this mace. Kind of like bashes them. So, what I've learned so far from testing these lists is, for the most part, I personally would stay away from Sigma animations, and I think if you're playing in first person, I would stay away from Sigma animations, and I think I would just ideally just go with comprehensive first person animation overhaul as my first person combat, because it seems like it's working the way it's supposed to. I like the pace that the weapon swings at, and I also like how the hitboxes work the way they're supposed to. Like, man, that right there, that's good first person battle right there. So 44 FPS. My guy is soaked, being stuck in the rain. And I just realized my compass was off, but let's turn it back on. I kind of know, just follow the road, but let's leave it on. It's pretty cool though. Like looking at this, if you didn't have your performance metrics up, you just have full immersion, like no HUD. That's a cool design choice that the Modlist author decided to go with for their HUD. Okay, Riften, that way. Alright, let's go. Okay, the weather's clearing up a little bit. Our guy is still kind of wet. It's a cool attention. I really like the textures of the metal that they're using. I like their choice of EMB. I think it's a good, like, it's not dreary. It's not too cartoony. It's like it adds some realism. But it still kind of gives off like like a fantasy game without like a dark fantasy vibe. Like the last list we just did, that had a real dark fantasy type EMB. The Cause EMB, Kauz. But that's what's cool with modding, right? So like you could like this game, but like you want to change the look of the graphics a little bit. You could swap the EMB out. It takes a little bit of know-how, but not a lot. You can find like tutorial videos online. If you need to, I'm sure. But you can swap it out for a different EMB. But just keep in mind, like this game and the weather and all that stuff, like it was all designed around the EMB choice that this mod list comes with. I like the kill animations. Are they using okay, they're using violence too. So this is like you can do like kill moves, a specific kill move. Maybe I'm not gonna dig into it now, but maybe it's tuned to show it, you know, for at certain times rather than randomly. But so far it's been a welcomed addition. It shows up in an immersive way. Doesn't happen too often, but it happens enough that it's enjoyable. Which one of these screenshots will be on the title, I wonder? One of them's gonna be there. Wonder which one it is. Which one's gonna be on the thumbnail? Like coming up an elevation here really makes the view really nice. Like you just take that in. And I'm getting 59 FPS seeing this much of the world in front of me. You can like really see things in the distance too. Like you can see like there's a tower up there. Like you could decide, oh, okay, I want to go check that out, and then make your way there, and all because you found it from just staring off in the distance this far away. Some of you may wonder why I keep the performance metrics so small on top, and I think the reason why I do it is just I don't want to take away from experiencing the mod list the way it is. I do want to give information about how it's performing, but I also don't want like this big Riva tuner line or column of stats all on the left side just kind of distracting you. So it's kind of there. When you're on a phone, you're gonna have to zoom in with your hands, of course. But if you're on TV, you can still see it. I think the way I can see it playing it on my computer screen. Again, no stutters. The stutters that you see me do, that you see once in a while, is me just hitting quick save. So I'm testing something here. So EVG Clamber, the mod name EVG Clamber, it gives you like uphill and downhill slope animations when you're walking or running. And I don't think this mod list has it based on what I can see here. I don't see him doing those animations, but I think like if you were to tweak this in a way that wouldn't affect stability or performance in any way, I think you could add that yourself pretty easily. I think they're all done with open animation replacer, also known as OAR. So you don't have to like redo your animation engine to incorporate it. Okay, I'm going off path here, aren't I? Okay, so I can either go down to the fork here, or I'm gonna cut through these woods. I think I'm gonna cut through these woods here. So let's make a beeline for it through these woods. I think that was just like a one-off house. I don't think that was part of the town up here. Got some bandits. Someone's giving us bad trouble. Okay, so that's the second time I've seen that glitch actually, which I've never seen before. I picked up a bowl. The last time I picked up a bowl, this happened too, back near Solitude. I pick it up and I get it in my inventory, and yet it's still in that in that NPC's inventory. And then I pick it up a second time, and then I actually get it out of the inventory. And the question is, did I get... How many bowls did I get from doing that, right? Yeah, so I just got one bowl. So that's good. It's not duplicating it. It's just kind of giving you a false positive that you got it the first time, maybe. Yeah, look at that. Those animations, those kill moves. They come in real clutch. Okay. Let's do... I like archery, but... we don't have much time left. I will do... I gotta pick something quick. We really don't have much time left. 17 minutes and 50 seconds. Yeah, more damage to one-handed weapons. Perfect. Spell sword. So we did a little bit of stats in our magicka and our destruction, but we also did something in our one-handed attacks, and we did something in our heavy armor. Perfect. I'm really having fun. This really gives me like an experience that I'm not worried about stability. It makes me really feel like I'm playing like the game. This is the actual Skyrim, and I'm not playing a modded one. Like I'm actually playing... I think that's the charm, right, with Vanilla Plus, is that it's not modded to the point where there's so many changes to where you feel like you're playing something that could crumble, like you're playing with a house of cards. This gives you a feeling like you're just playing a regular game, like an Assassin's Creed, or not saying this game plays like Assassin's Creed, but like a game where you know it's not going to crash on you, unless you mess around with the menus like you saw me do earlier with the controller. But I'd be surprised if this game crashes on me one more time before we're done. And I'm not going to fault it for that earlier. That was user error. So that's not going to take away from stability. That was on me earlier. Running at 43 FPS. Um, it doesn't feel bad though. 44. How far are we? Okay, Riften's down the hill. If I had to predict, we might, if we're lucky, make it to Windhelm today on this run. And I gotta say, third person is growing on me. So as I expected too, see, so quick loot is not causing any issues on this mod list that was created in June last year. So they need to do some, whoever does quick loot or whoever builds a mod list or somebody needs to investigate what happened from, you know, from mod lists that came out around this time to the mod lists that are updating nowadays with quick loot. What happened there? What's causing issues now? Is it quick loot itself? Do you need to have a version of quick loot that's older? Or is it a new mod that's almost essential in every single mod list that is not working well with it? I don't know where I am right now. What is this place? Is this Riften? Because it sure doesn't look like an area of Riften I've been to before. Where am I? Oh, did I approach from the side? Riften Docks. Okay, I approached it from the side. I know where I am. I think the swimming animations could use a little bit of improvement. There's one that's out nowadays. Again, I think that's an OAR one as well. That will make swimming look a lot better in third person. And I think if you use Jellyfish's swimming animations for first person, that'll add to this as well. And these are all like OAR type mods that I don't think are going to affect performance or stability, but it'll add a little bit to the immersion of the game. And I'm just giving like little tidbits of advice. If you're looking to get this mod list yourself and you kind of want to modernize it a little bit, but you don't want to take away from it, like these are, I think, good suggestions in my opinion of what you can add to it. And if you're the mod list author watching this, which I think you might be because I did let you know I'm going to make a review on your mod list, please don't take offense to any of my suggestions. It's just
I'm the brewmaster around here. What did you want?
it's just from my perspective as just a Skyrim player. So your design choices are yours, and you've done great making this list if you're listening. Alright, so here we are in Riften. We got 12 minutes left, so we're gonna just go into this inn real quick, and then we're gonna head out.
If you've got the coin, you've come to the right place. Pull up a seat.
People of Riften, heed my words. The return of the dragons is
Nice
not mere
textures.
coincidence.
Definitely wasn't
I'm really
overlooked in
getting
there.
tired of your excuses. When you
Consistent.
borrowed money, you said you'd pay it back on time and for double the usual fee.
Let's start a new morning and see if we can make it to Windhelm, which is all the way like over here somewhere. Right here. Right here, I think. Might be right there.
But how was I to know the shipment would get robbed?
Hey, you, get over here.
No, I don't want to talk to you, man.
Had
No,
another
no, 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 no.
outfitted thief.
Your host spiel takes time. Nice attention to detail. I don't know how loud your sound is, but there you can hear birds chirping in the morning. There's that bandit encampment there that I've encountered in previous runs. Fort Greenwall. Just gonna run through it real quick. I definitely want to show Windhelm before this is over. At least that's... I think that is the last major city. Because I don't think Winterhold is considered a major city. Granted, a lot of mods out there make it into like a full-fledged city almost. But it's like, it's not in its own instance. Like how Riften and all the other major city is. It's kind of in the open world. So I don't think it's classified as a major city. Okay, coming up on like a little over 9 minutes left. Let's fast forward a little bit, see the sunrise. Come a long way. Look at that. We discovered all this. I like how there was no markers before because it really shows you everything we touched on the marathon. We did all this in 2 hours. And that's like on a clear mission to like explore as fast as possible or go a certain route as fast as possible. Just imagine playing the game organically and just kind of playing at your own pace. And with no markers on where these things are and you playing the game for the first time, never have played Skyrim before. Again, I'm jealous. If that's you, and you haven't played Skyrim before, one, I'm sorry because I ruined it for you because I showed you where all the towns are, or the cities. So please try to erase that from your memory. But secondly, I'm jealous because you get to experience the magic of Skyrim for the first time. This guy's gonna try and ruin my run. He's gonna ruin my run. Oh my god. I've never even seen that animal before. A black cat? What was it called? A black saber cat? That's definitely a modded enemy in this game. 7 minutes and 45 seconds left. That freaking thing came and killed me. Ah, I'm back behind the bandit camp. Alright. We really, really gotta haul ass. We're gonna make it to Windhelm. I like the sound effects of the weapons hitting the enemies. Just hope that Black Saber Cat was a random spawn and he won't show up this time. Because he is much more powerful than my guy right now. As you probably have seen, my attacks weren't really phasing him. That's a nice touch. In the corner of the screen, you can see how many arrows you have. I didn't notice that earlier. Okay, looks like we got another storm on our hands. Really love how the armor and the weapons and everything gets wet. Really cool touch. Love it when the mod lists include that type of feature in it. Is that it in the distance? I can't tell. Riften, Whiterun, Iverstead. Let's just cut through the woods here. Is it a mountain? Not too bad. There's a lot of good mod lists out there. I think so. Every single one I've played so far, like, I think really, like, they seem like they were gonna be the best one every single time. Like right now, this seems like the best one as well to me. But like, you know, in retrospect, I think I was getting the same type of enjoyment out of the other ones I was playing. At this point in the playthrough. But this one and the last one I did right before this, really gave me a cool, like, feeling like I was playing a list that was stable, that I didn't have to worry about too much. Jesus, woof. Look at that contact. That's what I'm talking about. That's first-person combat. Everybody wants the latest and greatest mods that are out. I think Sigma Animations is possibly overhyped. Look, just the contact, the combination with the kill moves. Alright, we got 55 seconds left. It looks like we're not going to be able to make it to Whiterun. Or not Whiterun, but Windhelm today. Okay, so that's a 2 hour mark. Officially, the marathon is supposed to be over, but I think I'll be robbing you guys from the experience of looking at Windhelm, because you're going to be able to refer back to this video and compare it against the other mod lists on the major cities. So we're going to go a little bit over, especially because it's a big tease. I can see it in the distance, and if we just don't go there, it's kind of a dirty move, I think, on my part to you guys, to rob you of that, just for the sake of sticking to the 2 hours only. So we're going to go a little bit over, but we can say officially right now we're not going to take credit for being able to complete the whole run in 2 hours. So the marathon officially was not completed for the first time on Nordic Souls. Yeah, we're not going to run too much over, just a couple minutes. It's right here already. Yeah,
Oh, pardon me.
yeah, the NPCs look really good.
Damn faithless Imperials. Every one of them.
I think our guy looks cool. I mean, I think it's a cool test. At the end of the 2 hours, right? You got to ask yourself this question. Like, do I want to keep playing, or like, have I had enough, right? That's like a simple question you got to ask yourself after 2 hours of playing a game. And I think even like, I'm going back to the whole concept of why I chose 2 hours, because Steam basically thinks that someone can play a game for 2 hours and decide, do I want to keep it, or do I want to return it, right? And we'll choose this building here as the palace, as the spot where we're gonna finish up our video. Plus we get a good look at the Jarl.
Won't give us a straight answer. He's a true lord. He'll come around. Don't be so sure of that. We've intercepted couriers from Solitude. The Empire's putting a great deal of pressure on Whiterun. And what would you have me do? If he's not with us, he's against us.
We gotta go somewhere where they're not talking.
Mind yourself.
All right. He came in anyways. I'm doing a video here. Do you mind leaving the room, please? Thank you. So, what do I think of this mod list? I think it's very stable. I think I crashed it earlier on, and it was my fault. Because the keybinds on controller mapping are dual binded to the left trigger. So the left trigger does the wheeler, and then it also does whatever you have in your left hand, whether it be shield or a spell. It might work better if you have a shield or a weapon there, but when you have a spell, like, it just starts casting the spell when you don't want it to cast the spell, essentially. So I think that confuses the game engine, and then a crash will happen. So I think rebinding that right off the bat to something that you know is not going to conflict, if you can find a way to do that, you might have a good controller experience. Perhaps rebind the left attack button to something else. It would probably be a better route than rebinding wheeler. I think that the performance is amazing. We're getting 55 FPS right now. Granted, we're indoors, but we were getting that outdoors too. And visually, it wasn't compromising. You could look around and everything looked really, really good still. Granted, some mod lists take the textures up a bit, and you can tell, but they ask for several hundred more gigs out of your storage space, and they ask for 20 more FPS as a sacrifice for that. And to some, that's just not worth it for like the really minor changes that you might see in some areas. I think this looks like a modern day game, graphics wise, and I think the performance plays really well. It's very stable. Um, the mods are cohesive. There's nothing that's gonna cause it to glitch out. Quick loot works the way it's supposed to in this, which is refreshing, because I did like quick loot and having to look into the inventory of every single enemy that you kill and trying to figure out what's in there is kind of a hassle. But it's a sacrifice that you learn to make in these new titles if you want that stability back. So if they can find a way to fix that, that's great. Anyways, I'm rambling a little bit. If you like this mod list, it's called Nordic Souls. I'll leave a link in the description, and I'm gonna leave my rating on the screen as well for you to see. And I encourage you to leave a rating yourself in the comments if you want to kind of interact with this video. If you like this type of content, then go ahead and like the video as well. That kind of signals to me to make some more of it. I think I'm gonna make more of it either way, because it's kind of my bread and butter on my channel right now. But yeah, Nordic Souls, I think I give it a 2 thumbs up, and you're gonna see that in my rating in just a moment. And I'm gonna leave a few more videos up here for you to see of the series, if you want to see how this stacks up to the others. And stay tuned for my vanilla playthrough that I'll be doing soon and posting it. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next run.